According to reports, China is preventing 2 U.S. citizens from leaving the country. One of those detained is an employee of our Commerce Department. Gordon Chang, China expert, joins me now. Is their release going to be part of our trade negotiations? In other words, are these folks hostages?
Well, they certainly are hostages. How we deal with this, I don't know. I don't know what the Treasury Secretary is going to do in Stockholm. But, Stuart, we are seeing an increase in the number of Americans detained under circumstances that do suggest hostage taking. I should say, though, that the regime is in a period of intense turmoil, so it's very difficult to talk about motivation of Chinese leaders, whoever is running the country at the moment. But nonetheless, this is a growing situation, and it's not just for America, it's for other countries as well.
Tell me more about what's going on inside China. You used the expression total distraction. What was it?
Well, what's going on is that Xi Jinping appears to have lost control of the Chinese military, and it appears he has lost influence among China's civilian leaders. There's a lot going on. Day to day, it's really hard to say. In July, it looks like Xi Jinping has gained a little bit of altitude, but there are reports that next month there's going to be a number of party meetings where Xi Jinping is going to be stripped of some authority. The poly market seems to think that's the case, but nonetheless, we really don't know. But it does mean it makes it very difficult to negotiate on trade or anything else with China, because I think that negotiators can't make concessions that they normally would be willing to offer, because they don't want to be criticized later on by whoever is running the country 4 or 5 months down the road.
Maybe that's why we are told that the talks in Stockholm are going very slowly. Maybe that's the reason. The negotiators can't make concessions.
Yes, I think that's very much the case. And we see this not only in trade, but we see it in other phases of China's interactions with the world. So this is a regime that right now is not in a position to deal with the rest of the world constructively. It always has a problem, but Chinese arrogance right now is off the charts, and we're seeing some very distressing signs from the Chinese capital.
Now listen to what Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick had to say about a TikTok deal. Roll it.
TikTok, it's one of those things, it's an adjacency. It's not part of that transaction. But, when the president is talking to the people who are talking to the Chinese counterparties, it's going to come up. But I think they're separate but adjacent.
So, Gordon, will China ever give up control of TikTok and its algorithms completely?
Is going to be extremely reluctant. And we know that because at the end of the first Trump term, a deal over TikTok cratered, not over price, but over control of the algorithm. It really depends on how much pressure President Trump puts on the Chinese. We have the ability to take TikTok away. India did, for instance. And the question is, do we have that political will? And we're going to find out. I hate to be so ambiguous, but this is really up to Trump. And it's a question of how he feels at any one particular moment. But we should be taking TikTok away from China because we know that it's been used in the commission of crimes in the United States. And that's been done as a deliberate policy choice by Beijing.
Last one, Gordon, this just came up. According to a very new report, Trump blocked Taiwan's president from traveling to New York. Is that part of the trade negotiations?
I think it probably is. This is not good news. And the reason is it shows that the United States believes it's in a weak position, that we're trying to please the Chinese. Now, you normally would think that would work, but we've tried that for like 3.5 decades and it hasn't worked. So I think that we need to be stern. If we're stern, the Chinese will react. That's the way Beijing has always treated others. And so I think that we need to find some political will and do what we believe is in our interest, not what we believe will please Beijing.
Hardline Gordon Chang. Thanks for being with us. We always appreciate it, Gordon. My best of all.